The whole idea of this act is really one to me personally is one to control and monitoring the students' movement in order try to prevent the students involved in politics, unions, especially later on if they are strong, then they might be merged as students' unions. So this is the reasons behind that the act is established to control the activities of the undergraduates. The most critical one is on the sections 15 and 16. 15 and 16, okay? They are trying to prevent the students involved in politics, political parties, okay, even though the non-profit organizations. And then also the main area is they also try to restrict the freedoms of them to put up statements, to voice up and all this. So that's why these two, 15 and 16 mainly is more crucial, especially the public say that shouldn't to really put it up to control the undergraduates. I will look at the amendment is positive in the sense that last time they don't allow students to join any political party. Until now, of course, you also cannot join political party, but then now they allow you to join the other organizations like non-profit organizations, Chinese associations and all this, but subject to approval of the VCs, the vice chancellors. So this is, I would say, is positive. Last time you cannot at all, even though the VC say yes, you also not allowed. But now they're trying to put this empower VCs to get approval for the students to join all these non-profit organization. So I would say this is positive. Second is mainly I would say positive is because of last time if the student been charged by the court, then the student need to be suspended from studies, okay? But now they put back, they say no, you shouldn't just suspended the students because your charge is still not final yet, okay? But then they put also the empower the VCs have the authority whether to suspend the students or to let the students continue studies until the final decisions of the court. The other angle we look at it that you really give a lot of authority and empowerment to the vice chancellor. To me personally, a healthy environment, it should be a balance between the three parties. Three parties mainly is from the students' perspective, another one is from the university's management perspective, which led by the vice chancellor, and also the other area is the academicians, the lecturers and all this. So I would say these three parties should have equal rights on the students' movement activities and all this. Before the act, the AUKU Act been approved, gazetted and approved in 1971, I think I would say the student is more vocal. They are really able to speak up their mind, their opinions and all this freely. But when this act been implemented, I think we really restrict the students. This is a question mark we have to ask ourselves all the time. What type of the graduates you require in futures? Do you really need graduates really have focus only in studies? They are very achievement excellence in the studies only? Or you really want them have other soft skills also? Like they can organize activities, organize functions and all this. What type of graduates you require? Yes and no lah. Yes and no lah. But then if you ask overall, I think you shouldn't use the act to control the students. But then the students, they themselves also have to behave themselves lah. Because you really you are the future's leaders in our countries. You really have to know what you can do, what you cannot do. I think there's a pro and con lah. Okay, in terms of as you say that you really want the students can really think independently. Okay, you really can able to analyze themselves what is right and wrong. You should give freedoms for them to join any party, which including the political party. But then you look at the scenarios nowadays in Malaysians political scenarios and all this. I would say that the student, yes, you can involve, you can join the political party, but not so active lah. because ultimate aim, we still have to complete your studies and focus your studies. It really have to look at which perspective, you know. For example, if you look at the parents' perspective, mainly that would say that they I think they are quite welcome the act, because what they want is make sure my children go to the universities, study properly, get a good results. When you come out, you get a good jobs. This is mainly from the parents' perspective. As academicians, as the public, or the from the organization's point of view, I think we need our future's leaders. We really need to able to have an independent thinking, as you mentioned. Okay, then I would say that you should abolish the act. For long-term basis, I say you should abolish. I think we shouldn't come up with the double standards. Why the youth outside you don't have the act to control them, and then why you want to control the people still study in the universities? I would say that you shouldn't, because they are the future leaders. Freedom need to be given. Okay, this is first point. Freedom need to be given. Okay, but then if they misuse the freedom, sort of like they misuse the freedom, then I would say the transparency have to come in. The truth is the truth, definitely. Okay, of course you people can be manipulated and all this, but then the truth must be the truth. Okay, if they have a freedom to say you are wrong, then on the other hand, we also have the freedom to say this is right also. So, but then as I say, we need to accept the differences. The difference of opinion, definitely people, different background, different idea, different opinions definitely is there, but we don't accept violence on it, that's all. Okay, so that's why even though they misuse the freedom, they can make what type of announcement and all this, then those who are right one, you also have to do your part. You have to justify, you have to do the clarifications, you have to explain, you have to do your part also. Teochew Association, one of the Chinese association, we organize some activities only. We just invite my students to join. The first thing first, they are in the mind, hey, is it against the act or not? Because nobody have read the whole act, but then they have been told that, oh, you cannot participate the non-profit organization activities and all this. So they have this type of restrictions. I don't think that the government will abolish the act. Mainly it's because that they still want to monitors and controls the movements of the graduates. Gerakan approach definitely always is not attending the demonstrations and then to against the acts. I think this up to now is still not our cultures yet. But I believe that what we are doing is from various stages. For example, that of course those who are we are if we have been invited to the public forums to talk about the AUKU and all this, we definitely give our stance to abolish it. Okay, because the reasons has been given. Okay, this is one way to do it, to really let the public know where is our stance. But at the same time, that Gerakan approach is always in the cabinets through our presidents. We also talk to the respective ministers, try to not to persuade, but then we have to justify the points that why we want to abolish the act. This is one of the selling points that they are doing in the general elections. The act only affected for those who are undergraduates. Okay, even though under the undergraduates they also have two groups of people. One is of course really against on the act, and the other one is whether it's act or not, they won't care. So there's reason why I would analyze that it's not a real impact that this act will be affecting the voters, especially the young voters, to vote on the oppositions.